Okay guys, now we're gonna do this is let's put it lecture 12. Okay, let's put it lecture 12. We're gonna do program 5 from lab 7 and program 6. I think 7 is easy, 8 is also easy, so I'll do both of those. Are easy, but I'll go over them. This is write a program to find the sum of first n natural numbers where n is entered by the user, and this is almost like what the factorial. The sum here we're adding, and the factorial we were multiplying. So let's see, what do we have here? Let's go to our code, and the sum of first n natural numbers. And let's say we enter 5. Natural numbers are going to be what? 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. So what do we have here? 9, 12, 15. So this equals 15. So what's my algorithm? I have n, and I'm gonna be adding what? N plus n minus 1 plus n minus 2 plus till what? 1. So we're gonna keep adding until 1. We can go to 0. This is not gonna make a difference. 0 is not gonna make a difference. In the factorial one, we did total as well as 1. Why? Multiplying by 1 doesn't change the result, but if we add multiplied by 0, it will make it 0. In addition, what we do is we initialize it to 0. Why? Adding 0 to any number won't make a difference. So when we add, we initialize to 0. Adding 0 won't change the result. So I need a for loop, same as the one we did in the factorial. Integer I equals 5, yeah? Or what is it going to be? You can make it 5 now, and you're going to say I is greater or equal 1 and I plus plus. Then what am I going to do? I'm going to do total equals total plus 1. Or we can write it in another way by what? Saying total equals total plus equals I. Sorry guys, I, same as the factorial. The factorial we can do it also, but I didn't show you that on the previous. Total multiplied by equal I. This is for the factorial one. Hello? بيته. هذا قريب انت. يلا جايك. Oops. Okay, now this, and now I want to declare what? Integer total, and give it a value of 0, not 1. 1 will affect addition. Here's my for loop. I want to find the sum. Do you want to print? You want us to print each? So let's check we'll do it like this first, and then I'll print everything happening in every loop. So this will be enough. Total equals total. And if you okay, we have two, and now this is the body of the for loop. This is not. Even if I grab this and bring it here, this is not the body of the for loop. This one is not. It's not gonna loop with the loop. Why? I don't have curly braces. Always if statements or for loop or while loop, any, their body is the first statements if we don't have any curly braces. If I want to include this, so we leave it like this and we'll see how it runs. Okay, G++ dash O, and I'm gonna have Gaith and lab 7 program. It was program 5. Okay, lab 7. Let's see, PP program with the G, is it? Okay, with the G. And now I'm gonna run it. Okay. Why is it asking for CNs? Lab 7, program 5. Command not found. Let's see what's going on. I think it was just slow. Lab 7, program 5. Okay, I'm doing total equals 1. Okay, now this is good, so I just think the computer is running slow. Why is it waiting there? There's no CN. Okay, why is it taking total that much? You know what we're doing? I++. So what did it print? It went into a huge loop. It shouldn't. It stopped. Maybe after it finishes the number of integers. Well, let's see what's going on. Oh, if you see something like that here, because it was an error because I was doing I++. We should do I minus minus, and let's print I and see what's going on. And let's add I each time. But what was the number it gave us? It will give us. Okay, I want those two. So we're didn't to stop, so infinite loop, okay. You know why that happened, guys? Because I have the plus plus, so now I'll change it to minus minus. And I don't want this for now. This is like leaving it a single line, it's the same. I should copy this copy. Ooh. I'll do that. Save. Compile. And run. And it gave us 15. 5 plus 4 plus 3. Let's see what 6 should give me 21. Okay, I don't have that. It's not a CN. Okay. Now let's change it to a CN. So I'm gonna have here add. Please enter a number. And here I'm gonna do the CN. I have to declare num. Okay. change this to num, and we're good to go. Now 5, let's make sure. 15, 6, 21, 7, 28. So 8 is gonna be 36. 8 is gonna be 36. Okay, that's awesome. Let's go back to the code. Now what do we want to do? I want to print first the total each loop and I. So here I'll say C out total equals total, and this is gonna print me 0 first, then I'm gonna say total plus I, and here, and that's it. And here I'm gonna print the total after adding it. I add it, then I print it. It's gonna, whatever I have here, see out, is gonna concatenate it with the value here, so we don't care. It's gonna print I, then it's gonna print the right total. You can see how that goes. Now equals, and I can say total after calculating it. This is total before calculating, so this is gonna tell me 0 plus 5 or whatever number I enter here, equals what? Equals this, the total after calculation, which is 5. It's gonna print it on, let's make it on every line. And what can I also add? You want to add the loop number? Okay, I don't want to add the loop number, but I'll show you. We'll add another thing in the next step. Let's do clear. So I made it more fancy looking. Let's say we put 7. It's telling me total equals 0 plus 7 equals 7. Total equals 7 plus 6, which is this, and it gave us at the end 28. And what I should do here, let's go look at this and explain it. So here I'm saying please enter a number. I enter a number. It's gonna start looping from 7. Here is saying total. This is the total I'm talking about. And here I'm saying equals total, which is the value of the first total, which is 0 plus I plus 7 equals what? What did I get the equal for? It doesn't matter. I did the calculation here. I had an equation. That's an equation. It's not a cout. It's not gonna print it at the screen. Then I say cout this. This is gonna print beside this because I don't have a backslash in. What I did is printed total again. This is total, which is 0. I printed total here after I added 7 to it. After I added 7. That's why it looked that way. And here what I think we should do is add more, let's say make it look like that. Save. This is what I added, so we can separate this from those. And remember, if you use the set precision, it will make it look better. Now what am I gonna do? I want this to keep looping until we hit exit, let's say. What are we gonna do? Let's go back to the code and see what we can do. I want it to keep looping. Do, and this is always better to use a do. Do this okay, this is gonna be inside all of this, inside the while loop. So this is my while loop, and here this is a do while. While what? Let's say option, which I'm gonna declare as a doesn't equal e or option doesn't equal e small. And here what I'm doing, and remember, characters, single quotes, it's a character. I'm gonna declare it as a character while do this. And here, really important, this is a really common error. People don't usually put a semicolon here. We have a semicolon. This is the only loop, the while loop. Do. So now I need to add what? Here, character operation or exit, or name it whatever you want. Now please enter two numbers. Please enter a number. How can I say, do I want the exit before or after? No, let's make it before. I can do it after each calculation, and then I can put it here. It will do at least the first calculation. Oh no, we're gonna have a message. Do you want to continue? Okay, let's do this. Do you want to continue will be better. Or do you want to do another calculation? See out. Would you like to do another calculation? Another number, let's say. I'm gonna do this. Now I'm gonna use yes and no here instead of e. And here's what I'm gonna do. If option equals yes and double quotes, or if option doesn't, if option while doesn't equal yes, this I'm gonna put all possibilities of yes, either yes small or either yes small letter. Not equal. Do this while not equal yes, and I didn't put this in. Strings, double quotes, characters, single quotes. So here I'm gonna change this to string, and I'm gonna add the string library. So I'll have what? Include okay, so that'll be good. So here I'm gonna ask question. I need to do the input. Cn operation, and this will ask the user if he would like to do another number to and here depending on my answer. So any answer rather than this. So even if you put one character, because one character is actually a string, but with a null terminating character at the end. Oh, where did it go? Okay, let's do clear. Let's run, compile it. Okay, error expected while before while. Okay, I think we didn't do the what was this for this, for this, this, for this. Do please for integer I. This is the for loop. What was the error? Line 34. Expected. Oh, did I have a capital letter? Okay. Long day, guys. Compile and run. Enter a number 7. Is this? Would you like another number? Yes. While it's not equal. No, while equal we should. This word. Okay. Let's say no. And total is adding to total, so we need to initialize total to 0. But why isn't it not exiting? Okay, I should have exited at yes. Operation equals yes, or this, any one of those true. Did it take a string? One. Okay. Compile and run. Enter a number 3, 6, and here let's do yes. Please enter a number 2. Okay, terminated. But we can see the 2. What did it give us? 9. Is it right? No, it took the total of the previous one. So we need to set it to 0 over here. So let's see the code. What is it doing? First, I'm doing do while. Please enter enter a number. Cnum 4. It's gonna start looping. Well, depending on the 3 we got 3. See how total equals total, which is 0, plus I, which is 3. Then it's gonna add it. Then it's gonna print this total, the 3. Then I'm doing what? Keeps looping. I'll get 3 plus 2, 5 plus 1. Exits, prints this. Do the 2 line. And now it's asks, would you like to do another number? See in operation, you'll enter yes. It goes. We didn't total. See, it's here. So where should we declare total? Where do you think? What happens if I put it inside this for loop? Let's see. Do you think that's a good choice? No, it's gonna keep giving me a result of 0 because each time it loops, it's inside the loop. Each time it loops, it's gonna be a 0. Where did I put it? Okay, it's not taking this one because this is only in this scope inside the for loop, but I can put it. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this, copy this, and I'm gonna set this as 0 here and show you the same result. And here I'm gonna say okay, integer total. And look, I said it again here to show you that it's gonna give us a 0. I think we didn't. Throw number 5. See, it keeps adding. Each time I enter, I set what? Total to 0. Each time we enter the loop, we set total to 0. So the best thing to do is take this off and make it outside the for loop, make it inside the while loop. Each time it goes inside the while loop, it will set it to 0. Now here's the addition where this is happening. All this, all those, that's happening over here. So I need it outside it. So now I'll do save, and what do you like? This is Control C, clear, compile, which is build, and here run. I start without debugging, and I put 6. And would you like another calculation? Yes. And please enter a number 4. It gave us the 4. You can see here we can say no and exit it. But now, why did I put those yeses? So a question. So it will take this yes, and all small letter yes, which is what? Okay, which is this. Okay, I didn't see it down there. I thought. Here we go. So this is, we finished with this. What was the other question? That's much easier than what I did, but I tried to explain more. Maybe you get the logic behind the for statement in a much better way. Now use a loop to do the power function. This is another nice example that we can work on. We're gonna use the loop, and here's the code for that one. So this is gonna be lab 6. I didn't save it as CPP. Where's lab 6 program? Dot pp. Took this and this. Okay, let me copy it from here. Copy lab 7 program 6 to lab 7 program 6.cpp. Okay, now I'll open that one, and I'm opening it from here because it's much better in a way that it doesn't I don't have to close it each time I run it. So now we're gonna implement the power function without using the math library. Remember, if you use the math library, I can use what? The include, and say math, and use what? The power. Say cout power 3 to the power 4. So how much is that gonna be? 327, 81. So, and let's put end line and show you there. And so I do a compile. Program 6. Math.h, is it? Okay. .h or CMath, either one of them would work, I think. .81. So that's using the math function. And now I'm gonna implement it. That's good. And I'm gonna leave this so it can show me the result and see if I'm doing the right thing in my function. And here's what I'm gonna do. So 3 to the power 4 equals what? 3 to the power 4, and what we're actually doing is gonna be 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3, which equals 81. So I had a loop of 3's, a loop of the first number 4 times, which is the second number. So now I need, let's say, I'm gonna say cout enter 2 numbers, and I'm gonna do this, close this, and now I'm gonna do cn. Let's say I'm gonna have num1, or let's name it base, and here power, and here I'm gonna declare integer, base, and power. And remember, we use the power function. This is the power function. We have the absolute function and all that. Now let's comment this. So remember, I'm gonna use it just to check, and I don't want that to confuse you now, so I'm gonna comment it. We're not using it now. So now I'm doing the base is gonna be 3, let's say, power is 4. So I can do this as I'm gonna loop what, from 1 integer I equals 1, and then I is less or equal 4. That will give me 4 loops, and then I'll say I plus plus, I close this, and I'll say what, I'm gonna multiply 3 by something. What am I gonna multiply it with? Total equals 1. I can put total equals base and make the loop what? Loop less 1. So it's gonna be less than 4, not equal 4. Integer, and let me show you how. Here I'm gonna have what? Total multiplied equals 3, which is actually, what am I saying here? And I'm gonna change all this, make it with the 2 numbers. Total equals total multiplied by 3. So now let's see what's going on here. Okay, integer total 1, error expected, initializer before integer. Okay, it's this semicolon. How did I know? It's saying integer total. I go look at total, I look at the line before it or the line after it. Finding the errors is not that hard, guys. Okay, integer total one. What did I do? Save. Now another error I have, saying lab this line 7 error expected semicolon where before 4. So we'll go look at the line before 4. It's this one. So in both of those powers I didn't use. So save and let's go. Always fix one error and then run and compile, because this might fix all the errors. See, don't look at all of the errors, just look at the first one, fix it, compile and run and check. Enter two numbers. Why did I put that? So here I want to put 3 and 4, which I had. Wow, what's wrong? Who knows? We didn't have a C out. This C out won't be the body of the for loop. This will print one time. Why? The first line after a for loop is its body. If I need to include this, I need to use curly braces. So this is saying the total equals or power three and 4 equals this, and I can say here I don't need an end line here. I'm gonna print total, and now I'll say end line. And I want to comment those out for now. Why? Because I don't want to enter two numbers. I'm using 3 and 4, and I did that because I want to show you how to get to a flexible one. Well, I ran as just okay. His power of 3 and 4 is 81. But now what I want to do is, and let's look at the code here. What's happening? It's doing this. I'm just doing this. I'm looping 3 multiplied by total 4 times, which is 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3. We can do this. Make this as 3, yeah, and take the equality. So it's gonna loop 3 times, and I have it as the base 3. So that saved me one calculation, one multiplication. 81 the same, and I prefer doing that. But now I need to move this where? I need to move it after I enter base. Why? Because total is going to be equal to base. I want to make it equal to 3. Base, and here I'm gonna have power, and what else? Here I'm gonna have base, power, and those are capital letter. Be careful. I wanna uncomment those. I don't wanna uncomment the last one. I'm gonna leave it for now. Okay, that. And here I want to say, well, let's close this here, and here I'm gonna say base and here I say power. Do that. So this will close it here. I can say equals. Put space here. Oh, I have an equal there. Okay. And I need this to be here. So I'm just printing it in a nice way. I don't want to show each loop what it's doing because we did it on all the previous ones. So this will be better. So now I'm entering. Okay. Let's do clear. Enter two numbers, 2 and 3. Let's see, that is gonna give me what? Power is 2 and 3 equals 8, and that's good. And what can we do also? I can do here, what do I wanna do while also, so we can do the similar what we did to the previous example where we had what? We had it looping until the user enters no or something. While operation equals yes, or operation equal yes, or operation equal yes small. And I'm good with that. And now what did I want to take this out and say here, using power function from math library. Let's say power 3, and let's do this, which is base, and now I'll have this. And here I'll have power. Okay, equals what? The power function base and power. And here I'm gonna say okay, using, that's good, but I'll do this backslash n also, and backslash n, and this should be good. Did I add a speaker on there? Here, did I add power to the okay, this is good, I think so. Let's try to run it and then compile it and run it, and then I'll explain more on it. So here I'm gonna compile, run, and let's put 2 and 3 base and power. That's 8, and it didn't. Why is that? We didn't save. Clear. Okay, I did here some. I need what do you think is my error? I need the extraction operators. So I don't like the code like this beside each other, but what can I do here, because I want to show you the code while I'm writing it. Compile. Okay, what do we have? While operation not declared, so I'm gonna need to declare it as a string, so I'll have here OP, and here I'll include what? String library, save, and now let's say I have 2, 3. It's gonna give me, this is the power function we did. It's gonna give me 8. This is using power function from power, but it didn't give me the yes or no option because I didn't have a CN option. But even though it should have, would you like to continue? Do this. Okay, that did it the first time. Now I can say cout would you like to find the power of two functions again, two numbers again, two numbers again, power. Okay, I know I have some words missing, but that's not an issue now. So \n, and I'll say cn op, save, clear, and enter two numbers, 3 and 3, or 4 I put, sorry, 81. Would you like to find two numbers again? Yes. And let's put 2 and 5. That's 32. Would you like two numbers again? Let's put capital yes. Enter two numbers, 3 and 3. It's gonna be okay. Awesome. So now let's look at the code and see what's going on. So here, if I look at this code, this is I added it. This is a string operation, so we can keep what? Looping. I don't want to exit the program. I want to do the calculation. Enter two numbers, find the power, and I want the program to ask me again, do you want to do that you want to do another calculation? Let's say I should have wrote that as an output. Here I'll have cout, enter two numbers, cn base and power. Now enter total equals base. Here I can put it as 1 now and make this equal. But you need to know why I'm doing this. It's gonna give me same results. Control C, I didn't exit out of this. And let's say, what did we have? 2 and 5, 3 and oh, so it took a 3 as and exited, took it as other. I did put yes, but for the 5 it gave us the same. Why? Because I took one of the loops out, one of the powers out, and put it here, so it's gonna be the same. One of the bases, I mean. How many times I'm gonna loop on 2? I'm gonna loop 5 times on 2. So if I put the 2 here, I'm gonna need to loop 4 times, just 4 times. And here I'm doing total base. I'm calculating the let's say to the power 5. I'm calculating the 2 multiplied 5 times, and here I'm printing it in this one here. I'm printing it here in this order. It looks better this way. And now here I'm using the power function from power, from math library here, I should have said. But here's the math library. I included the power function. This is already defined in C++. We only include the math library to include it. Would you like to do another calculation? Let's say see an operation, yes, while let's see us do all this again. This is a good way to write your program. Let's see, what do we have also? Okay, we said 7 and 8, we're not gonna do them. So now we move to lab 8, but I need to do one of the assignments before that, and I need to do one on file streaming. So the one after this is gonna be file streaming. Thank you.